my most recent garden update. Just watered for the third time today, partially because of the 90-degree heat that we're having in April in SoCal, partially because I put a border of mulch and straw along my zucchini and amongst my peppers. And the reason I did this is when you have a garden bed that you water thoroughly and then right next to it you've got dirt that serves as a driveway, you find that the heat just bounces off the crappy dirt and it just reflects right onto your plants. So these two pepper plants were doing the absolute worst. They're right next to some rocky dirt on the outside and a metal pole that I'm using to support them later when they get big. But the heat is just cooking them. So I laid down what's left of my straw. I put in a couple bags with the help of my wife and son of garden mulch, and I surrounded them, hoping that this excess moisture that'll absorb into this mulch will keep those plants cooler during the day, and it gives them a little bit of a buffer zone from hot burning driveway dirt to nice good crop dirt. So anyway, we harvested a lot this week. You can't really see it, but down at the end, the collards, my son caught a whole bunch of collard leaves off, and we leave the stalks so that they'll keep growing and reproducing over and over and over. We've had several salads already, and our tortoises are eating it. We've got the red lettuce over there is coming up pretty good, the stuff that we reseeded. And we had black seeded Simpson lettuce with our collards and our mustard greens. Really, we need to cut these mustard greens some more. And then this other kind of lettuce over here, some Michigan, I can't remember the name of the city. It was a Michigan name. Anyway, this lettuce is getting close to being full head and ripe. And the tomatoes from seed are getting very big. They're almost a foot tall, a whole mess of them. The 4 that we bought from the store are really jamming up the tomato cages that we bought. We bought some more tomato cages. We're gonna put them in every so often just to make sure that these seed tomatoes have somewhere to climb. And the carrots are getting pretty close to being harvestable. They just need to show the top of the carrot out through the dirt and we'll be picking them pretty soon. So we got the red ones and the scarlet Nantes, which are orange. And we've got endive here. The sun is cooking the edges of the endive. Say that 3 times fast. So anyway, I debated on whether we should harvest this or not. I'm going to wait because there's more leaf that's going to show up out of the middle. And this is primarily turtle food, the endive, so I'm going to let that run. The peas are jamming, they're blooming and climbing up my trellis, which I've added a bunch of strings to and sticks from the tree that we cut down. And then you can see the green beans, they're climbing up these sticks like crazy. And this trellis should be full of green here in about a month. Probably both sides will be full of beans and peas. The stuff against the wall, which is pinto beans and black beans, they're growing a lot taller. And yesterday afternoon, I watered in the morning. And anyway, the beans, black beans and pinto beans alongside the wall, yesterday afternoon, the whole underbrush leaf turned yellow. And I figure it's due to the heat bouncing off that wall. So I watered it this morning at 9 o'clock. I watered it at 1:30, and I just watered it again. I'm going to have to keep the temperature of that wall down so that those beans don't get cooked over there. I think they'll be okay as long as I keep them cool. Zucchinis are going berserk. They're quite encroaching on the corn stalks that haven't grown especially high yet, but they're jumping too. And then the first 2 rows of yellow corn are probably about 3 feet tall now. And they're doing awesome. So this is the whole view of my garden, our garden. We're getting a lot of nice lettuce out of this, and greens. Waiting for tomatoes, almost have some ripe tomatoes.